have really exciting news for you guys. The Finding Joy in Your Home online conference. I spoke at this conference last year. It's all online again, all virtual. Tickets are on sale. I will have the link in the description of this video. The theme of this year's conference is In Light of Eternity. So my session is on Proverbs 31, In Light of Eternity. If you would like to come, visit the link in the description, grab your ticket. I'm so excited. The conference is all online, January 11th through the 14th. And there's amazing sessions, amazing speakers. I am so excited. So if you would like to join, grab your ticket and I'll see you at the online conference in January. I'll see you here before then also, but I hope to see you there. So things have been really crazy and stressful, and I want to share some of the things I've noticed and learned with how I can help myself during times of stress. So let's talk about it. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I feel like this is a very timely video, and I've talked about this before, but there's definitely things I've learned since, and it's always nice to do a little update. This is going to be all about stress. Things that I have learned, things that have helped me manage stress. If you've been following the last few videos, you know we moved, and it was a very crazy move. It was just very, very crazy. And it's been busy. It's been just a lot of things happening at once. And so it's been stressful, right? Like, that always creates stress. And for me, I really feel like stress and tension in my shoulders, and it always affects my sleep, and it just is not fun when you feel those symptoms of being overly stressed. And so I want to talk about ways that I've learned to help myself manage that. There's a whole lot of detail I could go into in trying to control or trying to mitigate the amount of stressful things you have going on, or having a full schedule, saying yes to too many things. I could go on a whole rant about that, but that's a separate topic within all of this. That is definitely an issue. That is definitely something you want to pay attention to. But we're going to talk about the managing the stressful season, the time periods of it being stressed, just kind of things we can do when we're feeling the stress of whatever life may be throwing at us at the time. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is sleep. The exact thing I said was affected by my stress and made more difficult by stress is also one of the most important things I feel like to pay attention to, because our body needs sleep and rest even more in those moments. When you are stressed, when there's a lot of stress happening, your body spends more energy being in a stressful state than not. And so that's why you end up feeling more tired. You end up feeling more exhausted. And sleep becomes so, so important. And I know it's hard. It is so hard for me. And I am preaching this to myself first and foremost, because this is one of my biggest struggles, is prioritizing sleep, particularly when stressed and there's a lot to get done. So, sleep. Ways that I have helped encourage my sleep or help my sleep when I'm stressed and trying to make sure I can get that time to really sleep and rest. One is oils. There's lots of oils that help me relax. We'll talk about that again later, but right before bed, there is nothing like a good oils routine for me. The other thing is reading. Reading right before bed is probably the thing that helps me fall asleep the fastest when I am exhausted. I absolutely love reading, and it is so relaxing and almost like pressure relieving for me. I just get to relax into a good story, and it helps me so much to turn off my mind and be ready to sleep. So those are the two biggest things for me. That and just actually laying down and going to sleep, because forcing yourself to do that can be half the battle. The next thing that really, really helps me with stress. In moments of overwhelm, I tend to have moments of needing to work on my breathing and like just relax my breathing. And so breathing exercises really, really, really helps me. Doing some breathing exercises, closing my eyes and praying really, really helps me too. It helps focus and relax my mind. And you can kind of breathe through and breathe out in your prayer what is stressing you, everything going on, and how you're feeling about it. Praying, giving it to God, and taking it to Him and getting my breathing in, just the partnering of those two is so amazing. And that is another thing that I have found that really, really helps me. And now, back to oils, the next thing. There are lots of oils that are very, very fun, that are very, very nice smelling. And there are lots of oils that really help relax me. So some of the ones that I just picked up that are examples of ones that I love when I'm just really needing to relax and things have been chaotic are orange, which sounds like it should be energizing, and it is, but it is also so just calming to me. Cedarwood. Cedarwood is one that is very, very calming to me when paired with my absolute favorite oil of all time, lavender. Lavender is my best friend. You guys know I love lavender. I talk about it like every single time I talk about oils, but it's just so calming and relaxing to me. Diffusing it, putting it on my wrists, on my neck, just is such a nice experience and so helpful during those times for me, and one of my greatest tools. I highly recommend looking into oils if you are intrigued by them. If you find yourself loving lavender as much as I do, you're welcome. Okay, and next, stretching / exercise. So I have my mat right here, and I have found, particularly during stressful times and particularly right before bed, if I do a 20-minute stretching routine, I sleep so well and feel so much more relaxed. Stress takes a lot of physical toll on us, whether we really notice the full impact it has or not. So taking care of ourselves physically is a major component of managing and coping with stress. I definitely see a difference when I do some stretching, some exercise. It just helps so much. I love this particular like nighttime stretching video I found on YouTube that I absolutely love. I would suggest finding something really simple. It doesn't have to take very long. 15-20 minutes really can be hugely beneficial and helpful, and seeing how it helps. And the last part I want to talk about is self-care. Yes, I talk about this all the time, but I have specific things within self-care that I want to talk about, or specific ways of taking care of yourself that I want to talk about. We just talked about stretching / exercise and getting some physical activity and movement in that way to help you physically. And now I want to talk about the other ways we can take care of ourselves that can help us manage stress. Drinking water, eating nourishing, healthy foods, and really finding things that help us to mentally turn off, which for me is reading a good book or watching a really good TV show. nothing super heavy that's gonna like weigh down my mind, and something that I enjoy, and making those things a priority. All of the things that I've talked about. When you are in a season of stress or you are feeling stress, the biggest part of the battle is prioritizing those things. The act of doing them is like 10%, and the rest of it is just making yourself do it. And it can feel overwhelming, but I guarantee it will feel worth it afterwards. So while this was inspired by our crazy busy week of moving, I hope this really inspired you in whatever season you are in to help put things in place to manage stress, to help do things like this to take care of yourself in that way. If you have any other tips for de-stressing, for coping with stress, for managing stress, please leave it in the comments below. I would love to hear it. Thank you guys so much for all the support you have given us and all the sweet comments. If you enjoyed this and it was helpful, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure notifications are turned on. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!